this is our Horningdal Kveik yeast. Now, I got this last year. I don't know where the it's up there, isn't it? 2010. Ooh, I don't know if that's its use by date or it's, I don't know. Who knows? I'm sure that's probably its, I don't know. No, that must have been its made date, because I think I bought it in October, November. Don't know. Chris, when did we buy this fucking yeast? Who knows? Anyway, I'm soaking this in star san, as I am my fingers. This has got fresh star san in. I'll turn it upside down in a minute and then let it splash all over the floor and everywhere else. It won't, it'll just go into this bucket. Still got another 20 minutes of hop stand. I'm going to give it another little stir because I love the smell. This is my whirlpool. Oh, God. I think it's, yeah, people always sort of like get a little bit, oh no, not more Citra Mosaic, not more Citra Mosaic. There's a reason Citra Mosaic's so popular. It's because they're bloody brilliant. It's the perfect pairing. I'm not sure. I'm still going to have to decide what I'm going to do for the dry hop with this. I'm tempted to go with Strata because I've got some Strata and possibly Simcoe, because John at The Alchemist, I'm sure he was banging on about Simcoe being a really good dank in it might have been Focal Banger or Heady Topper, one of those. But anyway, that's for a couple of days yet. First we need to just let that steep, and the smell in here, God, it's a little bit like sex. Actually, it's nothing at all like sex, but it's sexy. They're ready. So that's at 67. It's dropped 13 degrees. So now we need to get that down to about 30. Again, I'm expecting this to be quite rapid. I'm going to stop it when it gets to 35, I think. Yeah. See, once that starts taking the temperature away, whoa, and yep, that's hot. That is good stuff. Indeedy. I'm not going to disturb that in there because hopefully those hops now should have kind of settled to the bottom because of the sort of whirlpool that I did in a little cone in the middle. This takeoff comes from above there and slightly to the edge, so I'm not expecting to get too much trapped in here. So that's dropping reasonably well. Right, I'm not going to bore you. I'll come back when that's at 35. It's known that hot liquids cool quicker than cooler liquids, and this is taking its time a little bit. Just getting there. Good for you. I'm going to open this now and just let it go via gravity, gravity's gravy, and slow it down a little bit because we don't want to cause too much turbulence inside, and pull all those hops out. Well, that's going well enough, isn't it, boys and girls? It's down now to 33.6. I'm just going to leave that going. .33, 3, 4, 3. That's all right. 33.2. That's good enough. And the reason it's good enough is the temperature probe's at the back on the other side from where this was. So there's going to be some slight fluctuations of heat in there. It's not going to be uniform heat, so it's definitely below 33. So let that all go through. Come back when we're ready. Well, actually I'll come back when I've pitched the yeast, because I need 2 hands for that, and I still don't do this with a tripod. I'm going to try and salvage a little bit into that slant as well. We'll see. Good. And that is that. Can't really sort of pick up the colour very well, but looks all right. I've just chucked in, there's quite a lot of kettle trub gone in there, which is, you know, just one of those things. Pitch the Kveik, the Horningdale Kveik. It's currently sat at 29. Hang on. 29.5. I've set it for 35. I doubt it'll hit 35. But there we are, back when we're ready to dry hop. Now here's interesting. Earlier in the week it gave off some incredible, beautiful odours. But it looks like, I don't know, it's either stuck or it's still going really slowly. This is a Kveik, it should be done in 2 days. Chris, his was done in 2 days. It's now Thursday, I did it on Saturday. So I've drawn off, fucking light flickering, you bastard. I've pulled a sample off, and I'm just going to stop the video and start again and see if I can get rid of this flicker. Fucking technology shouldn't be allowed anywhere near filming. Anyway, colour's alright. The float hydrometer in there showing 1021. I measured it, it's somewhere around 1019. It was a little bit higher. I've cooled it down to proper room temp. So colour's alright, but I'm going to give it a taste before going any further, because it might just be a down the drain job. I don't know what's going on with it, but I'm going to give it a taste anyway. On the nose it smells, I don't know what it smells of really. No, there's something wrong with that. That smells of burnt bacon. I've no idea what's going on here. I'm wondering. Now I cleaned this Firmzilla out and then sanitized it, but I'm wondering whether there's some kind of bacteria or whatever actually has got into the plastic. I've just let all the pressure out, but that definitely doesn't taste right. That isn't fruity, that isn't fresh and fruity. In fact, it's far from fresh and fruity. That smells like, you know, those little bacon corn snacks you get in pubs. It smells like that. No. So regrettably, it's going down the drain tomorrow, and we'll start again. Right, so last night I had a taste of this. It was fucking foul. I was going to bin it there and then, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to try and cold crush it. So I've dropped the temperature from 30 down to 11, 31 down to 11, and all that crud that was on the top seems to be bishing itself down to the bottom. I'm using all those technical terms. And when I opened the fridge, it actually smelled quite fresh. Here's my question to myself: was the shit on the top the foul tasting shit that went into my glass, even though the glass looked kind of alright, but was it actually just shit? And I was tasting that layer of shit that was on top. I'm going to crash this now for 24 hours, or 24 hours once it's down to about 0.1 or something, or even near freezing. I'll leave it for probably 12-24 hours, and then I'm going to taste it again. I don't know, I really don't know what's going with this. I'm worried. I don't mind telling you, I'm worried that it's going to be a tipper. But stranger things have been known in my life. I jokingly called this Old Harry's game. A is a kind of like a bit of a tribute to Chris over in Retford, even though he's not that old. Yeah, surprisingly, he's only very, very young. But also, because my previous brew was completely fucked, I called this Old Harry's game as a kind of like, because that was a Radio 4 series written by Andy Hamilton, where he played Satan, basically. And anyway, Google it if you want to know. So the jury's still out on this. We don't know. It could be alright, or it could be a tipper. Oh, fucking hell. It's now Saturday, and this continues to confuse. Had a look first thing this morning, and this is all kind of like concaved in. It had, obviously, as I've cold crashed it, it's contracted and it just sucked everything in. So I've now just actually, that's interesting. I think that's just lube. Yeah, it's lube. Yeah, so I don't think it would have pulled any air in, because it was actually, like that. So I'll just give it a quick top up of CO2 from CO2 bottle. But what I'm tempted to do tonight, now we're down to 0.1 degree, we're almost at freezing with this. I'm going to give it a taste tonight, and if it's all right, I'm going to close transfer into another Firmzilla all-rounder and dry hop it. It's weird. It's so weird. I've no idea what is going on with this brew. It's got a really strange smell to it. The smell, which is very similar, and this is interesting, to the flower child that went badly wrong, and that was the yeast. Now, could it be some kind of bacterial infection that is somehow permeated into this Firmzilla all-rounder? Even though I give it a good scrub and then a good clean with sodium percarbonate, and then a good splashing with either, Star San really, before I fill it. All of these are similarly cleaned with a tube brush through there, and yep. So anyway, this is what's happening to this one now. Whoops, sorry, dropped the camera a little bit. You've no idea how it pains me to do that, but there's no alternative. It is just shit. It's complete shit. Total fucking shit. And I really don't know. So I'm going to give this a good thorough clean out now with sodium hydroxide at about the maximum. See, even that trub smells, that smells shit. That's really horrible. So, got to do another brew tomorrow. Got to try and salvage something from this. That's 2 shit brews in a row. So sodium hydroxide, then sodium percarbonate, then star san. Make sure there's no potential bacterial infection that can rest anywhere in there. I'm gonna nuke it, and the other one as well. So these now have both had excuse me, 15 minutes on spray ball with a very, very high concentration of sodium hydroxide, which is caustic soda. And this isn't the stuff that you're allowed to buy in Tesco's. You need an international arms dealer's certificate to get pure sodium hydroxide. It's fuck all gonna live in here, I tell you. So I gave it a scrub, and that one, even though that one was cleaned after the last brew. So now they've both had a nuking with caustic. Next I'm going to rinse them, and then next I'm going to nuke them with sodium percarbonate, which is like hydrogen dioxide, peroxide, hydrogen peroxide. It's like, yeah, I'm going to do it with sodium percarbonate, which breaks down after about 30 minutes and becomes fairly inert. No science lesson. Anyway, you don't want to know that, because tomorrow I'm going to do another brew. What I'm going to say for now is something had a very, very detrimental effect on that, because the first few days it was smelling superb, but the hydrometer wasn't showing any drop in specific gravity below whatever it was, 31. So that's where something happened. Unfortunate and bad luck that it was 2 brews in a row. Hopefully it's going to be third time lucky tomorrow. I'm going to try the same recipe but without the Kveik. I'm going to use the Saunders, WHC Saunders yeast. Right. Okay, not everything has a happy ending. Certainly none of my massages have recently. So, boys and girls, for now, this is that. If you enjoy this rubbish, a subscription to this little channel and a thumbs up would be very, very much appreciated, and make me feel slightly less like going to drink the entire contents of my beer fridge to drown my sorrows. Whatever you're doing, do it safely, and cheers.